How do you handle disrespect? Disrespect is a common challenge that we all encounter in life, and it can be very unsettling and infuriating. But what if we could draw from the ancient philosophy of Stoicism, which teaches us how to manage challenging situations with wisdom and composure? In this video, we will explore 10 practical Stoic principles that can assist us in dealing with disrespect more effectively. As usual, I encourage you to be resilient and stay with me till the end of the video. Let's get started. Maintain your composure. One of the fundamental teachings of Stoicism is that we are not upset by what happens to us, but by how we interpret what happens to us. As Epictetus remarked, people are disturbed not by things, but by the judgments they form concerning things. This means that disrespect itself is not inherently damaging or offensive. It is our perception and assessment of it that causes us to feel wounded or enraged. Liberate yourself. When someone shows disrespect towards you, remind yourself that their behavior stems from their own thoughts, emotions, and viewpoints, not a reflection of your true merit or value. This realization can help you maintain your composure and prevent their disrespect from affecting your emotional state. Engage in introspection. Another critical aspect of Stoicism is the practice of self-examination and self-assessment. The Stoics believe that the caliber of our thoughts shapes the quality of our lives, and thus we should constantly strive to enhance ourselves and our deeds. Marcus Aurelius expressed it as, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." When confronted with disrespect, it is crucial to engage in introspection. Pose questions such as, is there any validity in what the individual said or did? Did I say or do anything that contributed to this situation? How can I respond in a manner that aligns with my principles and virtues? By reflecting on yourself and the circumstances objectively, you can gain deeper insight into the incident and your own part in it. Self-reflection, a Stoic practice, ensures that your reactions are grounded in rational judgment rather than impulsive responses. It facilitates learning from the experience and fosters personal growth and sagacity. Learn to pause. Seneca once remarked, "Whenever you are angry, be assured that it is not only a present evil, but that you have increased a habit." Stoics emphasize the significance of self-restraint and reason. They argue that impulsive reactions fueled by intense emotions such as anger or frustration often lead to unwise decisions and unnecessary suffering. When confronted with disrespect, the Stoic approach advises you to refrain from reacting impulsively. Instead, take a moment to pause and gather your thoughts. This pause enables you to regain mastery over your emotions and provides the opportunity to respond in a composed and deliberate manner. By resisting the urge to react immediately, you can better align your response with Stoic principles of wisdom and self-discipline. This method frequently results in more constructive and less emotionally charged interactions when dealing with disrespect. Pausing is a fundamental Stoic tactic for maintaining composure and making reasoned decisions in challenging situations, ultimately fostering positive outcomes and personal development. Practice empathy. Epictetus and other influential Stoic philosophers advocate, "Seek not the good in external things, seek it in yourselves." Stoics believe in the interconnectedness of humanity and propose that comprehending the motivations and emotions of others can lead to improved interactions and personal growth. When someone exhibits disrespect, Stoicism recommends cultivating empathy. Attempt to imagine yourself in the other person's position and grasp their perspective. Empathy assists in viewing the situation from a different angle and realizing that the person's disrespect may not be personal or deliberate. It could stem from their own insecurities, fears, or lack of understanding. Empathy also enables you to empathize with the individual and diminish negative sentiments towards them. By empathizing with the person who has disrespected you, you can avoid taking their words or actions to heart and instead respond with dignity and respect. Empathy aids in comprehending the person's viewpoint, emotions, and motivations. Rather than becoming angry or defensive, you can react with kindness and consideration, thus averting escalation of the conflict and preserving your integrity. Moreover, empathy embodies Stoic principles of wisdom, compassion, and self-improvement, facilitating learning from challenging circumstances and personal growth. Through practicing empathy, you can manage disrespect in a more constructive and positive manner. Focus on virtue. One of the central tenets of Stoicism is to cultivate virtues like wisdom and courage. These qualities enable us to live well and act rightly. Seneca, a renowned Stoic philosopher, wrote that virtue is nothing else than right reason. This implies that being virtuous aligns with being rational and consistent with the natural order of things. Stoics uphold that virtue is the supreme good in life, with everything else considered indifferent. When confronted with disrespect from others, Stoicism advises us to prioritize virtue in our response. This doesn't mean ignoring or accepting disrespect passively, but rather responding in a manner that reflects Stoic values and principles. By focusing on virtue, we can avoid being swayed by our emotions, uphold our dignity and integrity, and grow personally. Stoicism challenges us to exemplify our highest potential, even in challenging circumstances. Practice acceptance. A fundamental lesson in Stoicism is to accept things beyond our control, such as how others might disrespect us. Epictetus stated, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." This teaches us to appreciate what we possess and not agonize over what we lack. Stoicism also teaches us to differentiate between what we can control and what we cannot, known as the Stoic dichotomy of control. We can only govern our thoughts, emotions, and actions, not external events or others' behaviors. Therefore, when faced with disrespect, it's crucial not to let it disturb our inner peace. Instead, we should acknowledge it as part of life and focus on improving ourselves and our circumstances. Embracing disrespect with Stoic principles helps us sidestep unnecessary anger, frustration, and bitterness, while providing opportunities for personal growth and learning. Employ humor. Sometimes a touch of humor can work wonders, as the ancient philosopher Seneca suggested. You have mastered yourself when you know how to deal with what you should not take seriously. Stoicism teaches us to manage our emotions and act with reason, while also acknowledging the therapeutic value of humor in navigating challenging situations. Humor can assist in maintaining emotional equilibrium and preventing excessive anger or irritation when faced with disrespect. Instead of being overwhelmed by our emotions, we can opt to respond with a clever remark or a lighthearted joke. Of course, humor should be used appropriately and in moderation, but it can serve as a practical Stoic strategy for handling disrespect, fostering a more positive and harmonious outcome. Establish clear boundaries. Stoicism advocates not passivity but resilience, a resilience that stands steadfast against disrespect and injustice. It encourages being solid like a rock, knowing one's worth, and demanding respect from others. A rock remains firm, controlling what it can and letting go of what it cannot. When faced with disrespect, Stoicism teaches not to passively accept it or react angrily. Instead, one can remain calm yet assertive. Communicate clearly what was wrong and articulate expectations for how to be treated. Setting clear and reasonable boundaries protects one's dignity and self-respect. Stoicism guides us to be strong, just, and courageous, respecting both ourselves and others, while maintaining inner composure and outward dignity in all circumstances. Practice forgiveness. Picture yourself being disrespected. How do you respond? Do you react with anger, or do you choose to forgive? Stoic philosophy offers valuable insights. Stoics believe forgiveness isn't merely a favor to others but a gift to oneself. It is the path to inner peace and happiness. Forgiveness isn't easy. It doesn't mean forgetting or condoning what occurred. It means opting to release negative emotions that harm oneself more than others. Stoics advise forgiving everyone, but not indiscriminately. It should be done wisely, with compassion and fairness. Stoicism teaches focusing on what's within our control and letting go of what isn't. We can't dictate others' actions, but we can choose our responses. Choosing forgiveness liberates us from the weight of anger and resentment, fostering inner peace and tranquility. For Stoics, forgiveness isn't weakness, it's strength. It isn't surrender, it's victory. It's not sacrifice, it's a reward. Forgiveness epitomizes self-care and personal growth, embodying Stoic principles in action. Shift your viewpoint. Perspective involves seeing things from a broader, more objective standpoint. It helps you avoid overreacting or taking personal offense when faced with disrespect. Instead, it enables you to recognize that disrespect is often insignificant in the larger context of life. As Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, stated, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." With perspective, you realize that most instances of disrespect are minor and fleeting, having no bearing on your true worth or happiness. It also allows you to understand that disrespect often stems from the other person's ignorance, insecurity, or frailty, not your own. You have the option to disregard it, forgive it, or learn from it rather than letting it affect you. Perspective directs your focus towards what truly matters in life, your goals, values, and virtues. It empowers you to invest your energy and time in meaningful pursuits rather than wasting them on resentment or retaliation. By doing so, you can lead a more enriching and serene life. So the next time you encounter disrespect, remember to employ perspective. It will help you maintain composure and make wise decisions. Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions, but effectively managing them. By applying these principles, you can remain composed and resilient in the face of disrespect and discourtesy. If you found this content helpful, please like our video to reach more individuals seeking ancient wisdom. If you're new, subscribe and hit the notification bell for further insights into ancient wisdom. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. For more Stoic wisdom, select one of the recommended videos on your screen now.